Hi there, and thanks for joining me on this 8x8 scrapbook layout. We're going to do some mixed media work today, and we're going to start off by putting down some white gesso on an 8x8 scrapbook page. This is from Amber Moon, and I'm just going to scrape it on there, and that's going to add a little bit of neat extra texture to the layout. And while I'm at it, I'm going to go ahead and add some gesso to the title piece. This is a chipboard piece that you can get from Michael's. I think most of them are available for like 49 cents for a pack of 3, which that's pretty cool. This embossing powder isn't available anymore. I'm going to add a link to a very similar product in the description below. I ended up going back over and adding a little more cattail copper brown because it wasn't quite shiny enough. This particular spray has a really neat sheen once it's dry. I mean, they're not kidding about the copper, it's very coppery. I originally started off using crackle paste, and then I discovered that my crackle paste had dried out completely, so I went with my second option, molding paste. Now, this is a talent, figuring out how to lay a stencil down on a piece of paper that already has wet texture paste on it. This is just some cheesecloth that you can get at the grocery store. In fact, that's where I got mine. And I'm just spraying it down with cattail copper brown, Limelight from Tattered Angels, and I think, yeah, I don't remember what other spray I used, but I'm sure it's fixing. Oh, that's right. I used spiced marmalade. I don't know if I've mentioned it before. I don't have a whole lot of embellishments. I don't keep a stock of embellishments in my stash because I have a very small crafting space. It's literally just like a little indention in our hallway. So what I try to do is get some dies that I think will work very well for a variety of projects and use the dies to create my own embellishments. And in this case, I'm going to use this die, which normally would be for a card, to create kind of a frame. And once again, I am going to be using dies to create embellishments. Now, I love Prima Marketing's flowers. I just don't have the space to keep a wide variety of cloth flowers in my scrap room because I don't actually have a scrap room. I have a scrap side of the hallway. So what I do instead is have these dies and use scrap paper to make flowers. That way I can make embellishments that go with just about anything. And if I have a particular pattern that I love, I can have it in any color of scrapbook paper or any type of embellishment that I want. Now, this does take a little more time than it would take if I had flowers in my stash, but I think the trade-off is completely worth it. With the tattered florals, you want to take the smallest pieces and kind of pinch them together so that the petals are all kind of pinched together, and then start gluing those inside the larger pieces. And before you do that, you actually want to try to curl up the petals on the larger pieces. The larger the pieces, the easier it is to curl the petals, I have to say. When I started this layout, there was a whole lot of wet media that I put down, and it is actually sitting off to the side and drying while I'm doing this. The whole layout from start to finish took probably about an hour and a half, including dry time. Now, I can't have sparkle on my title and on my frame and not add just at least a little bit of sparkle to the flowers. And I didn't get completely even coverage with the Versamark, and I didn't really want even coverage. I just wanted hints of sparkle on the edges of the petals. And I really got a lot of use out of these tweezers with this layout. You can't really see the sparkle in the video, but you should be able to see it in the video and the photographs at the end of the video. It looks like a lot of work, but I think in the end it was totally worth it. I really love how these flowers turned out. And I probably could have used the same size petal for each flower and just made 6 different cuts of the same petal, but I kind of wanted to mix it up a little bit and not have every flower look exactly like every other flower. Pro tip, if you are making your own flowers, you can always add a little bit of Nuvo drops or liquid pearls to the center in place of that little centerpiece on the flowers. And this is why I added the gesso to this layout, because I knew I wanted to go over it with some sprays, not just the wetness of the molding paste, but also adding the wetness of the sprays and the water to make them run. That's why I added white gesso to this layout. This photo, I love this photo. My husband took this photo in October. We were at Davis Mountain State Park and we went up the Skyline Drive, and just at sunset he caught the sun going down on the other side of the mountains behind Indian Lodge, which is kind of another state park within Davis Mountain State Park. It was just really awesome looking. We got a whole bunch of awesome photographs from Davis Mountains. This tag is just a shipping tag from Office Depot. I'm going to include a link to it online in the description below, but you could literally walk into your Office Depot store and and get this. I was going to do Distress Resist, but my Distress Resist spray nozzle clogged up and I didn't feel like messing with it, so I just went ahead and added berry wine on top of it. And I went with the rays stencil just as a callback to the sun going down behind the mountains. Once everything was dry, it came together really, really quickly, with the exception of having to put the Aleene's bottle on top of the tag so that it would stay stuck down to the background. This foam is just Dollar Tree foam, and I used that because the background was I needed to pop up the photograph off the background. Now, this is actually sped up like 4 or 5 times. I was not able to get the glue down on the back of this frame that quickly. Just adding some Nuvo drops to the background to finish it off, and we are just about done. I did my journaling on the back. With mixed media, it's kind of difficult to do the journaling on the front. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button. If you're interested in seeing more videos like this, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. If you'd like to know more about this layout, go ahead and check out the blog post that is linked in the description box below. Thank you so much.